Good morning, guys, or good afternoon. Or there's even a load of our tribe who will be doing it tomorrow. So that's today for you, but yesterday for us. I'm loving the way everybody's finding their way of doing this. They're noticing in their lives what is resourcing to finish by 7:10, for example. And each of us are finding our groove, our habits, our patterns. We're writing our morning pages, doing just the different things that we do around this amazing practice. I'm really touched by the deepening we're all doing this month. So great, come rest into child's pose. So either dropping your head down or reaching your arms long. I'm going to keep my head up. I sound like Darth Vader. So just reaching your arms out long or whatever way you do, and feel into your body. Just notice the back of your body, the rib cage. Can you soften? Can you deepen? Can you settle? For me, the child's pose is changing as the 28 days goes by. There's a deeper sense of length in my spine. Really let something change. Super. Coming all the way forward onto your hands and knees. And then rounding your back, tuck your chin under. And lifting your chest and opening and looking forward. Rounding your back, tuck your chin under. And then lengthening and looking forward. Great. One more time. Rounding your back and stay rounded. And just walk your hands one handprint forward from where you are. And then travel forward and backwards. And as you travel forward and backwards, you're not causing strain or forcing your body into a shape. You're warming up into this. So rounding your back, your chin is tucked in and your hips are coming forward, and then your arms are stretching long. Stay rounded, keep drawing up through your abdominal muscles. Keep the core engaged as you travel forward and as you travel backwards. Travel forwards and travel backwards. Nice. Come back into your normal cat pose and then take your right hand and dive it underneath the left armpit so that your right shoulder comes down to the floor. And just feel into that twist, into that opening through the rib cage. Nice. Coming all the way back. Both hands to the floor. Other side. Dive with your left hand underneath your right armpit and resting down. Nice. Coming all the way back up. Nice. Push back into your downward dog. And as you push back into your downward dog, perhaps now, day 11, you're starting to notice that there's a change in your downward dog. It takes a while. Downward dogs are funny things. And so as you stretch into your legs, as you push into your arms, perhaps you did the 28 days in August as well as the 28 days in September. So maybe you are really starting to notice the changes in your body as we mobilize every morning. Come up onto your toes, drop down onto your heels. Come up onto your toes and drop down onto your heels. Slowly drop your knees down until they almost touch the floor, really stretching into your toes and then stretching back. Lengthen. And drop your knees down until they almost touch the floor. Really lean into your toes and stretching back. Super. Drop your knees to the floor. Bring your right foot, we did this yesterday, bring your right foot so that it's halfway between where your right hand is and where your right knee was. And just rock forward and backwards. So now we're mobilizing into the hips, the rib cage, As you sit yourself back and then rock forward. You're not rocking beyond your shoulders, beyond your hands. So you're not traveling more forward. You're just coming to weight over your hands and then sit your bum back towards your heels. Weight over your hands. Sit your bum back towards your heels one more time. And just hold a version of this that feels it's sustainable. This one gets unsustainable quite fast. So really be kind in how far you go back. Nice. Come forward and then change. Left foot to where you're halfway between your left hand and where your left knee was. And then rock forward and backwards. Rocking forward, rocking backwards, meeting your hip, meeting your bum, the pelvis, the rib cage. And then the next time you go back, stay there. And just feel that, creating length through your arms. My hands are, connected to the floor. My hip is active. My foot is connected. Nice, and rock all the way forward. Nice, come lie on your back with your knees bent. And just bring your arms out to the sides into a cross. And then just sway your knees from side to side. And as you sway, as you rock from one side to the other, notice your legs, notice your pelvis. It's been very interesting this month. I'm really becoming aware in my own self that I don't need to do really, really gung-ho strong stuff to feel better in my day. That actually this very steady, very simple, very wholesome movement and mobilization actually creates so much resource in my life. So draw your right knee up onto your chest and squeeze it in. Whereas in the past, I thought I had to do the strongest version of something to get the benefit. It's not true. It's also beneficial, but different. This has value. I'm really experiencing that value. And drop your right foot to the floor. Draw your left knee in towards you. Just maybe dwell the value in your life, the benefits you feel during the day. For me, I walk around a bit like the ready break woman. I have this sense of a glow or a feeling of connection through the whole day because of this practice. Drop both feet to the floor. Bring your arms long beside you and push your fingertips into the floor. So you're really strong with your fingertips. And then lift one knee up, squeeze it in with just your legs. Lower your foot down. And then squeeze the left knee up, squeeze it in. And lower it down. So the squeeze up is quite a strong squeeze. So you feel like there's a push into your left foot. There's a squeeze into the thigh that's moving. You just feel that I'm moving with strength, my knee up towards my chest. Nice. And then we're going to do a thing called the bicycle. So draw your right knee up towards you and really be kind of pointy into your leg and then stretch your right leg up towards the ceiling. And then slowly lower your right leg down until it floats just above the floor. Bend your right knee, draw it up towards your chest, and then stretch your right leg up, and then slowly lower it down until it floats just above the floor. And imagine you have a dancer's leg. I hear you, you do, I know you do. And then lowering down. Nice, one more time. Bend your right knee up towards your chest, straighten it out, and lowering it down. Nice, other side. Left knee, draw the left knee in towards you, and then straighten that leg out, slowly lowering it down. Bend the left knee, draw it in towards you, and try and keep your thigh where it is as you straighten it, and lowering it down. So that's the challenge in this movement. Draw your left knee towards you, straighten it, and lowering it down. Nice. One last time. Draw your left knee towards you, straighten it, and lowering it down. So we're going to up the ante. So lift your pelvis so it's 1 inch off the floor. If this feels too strong for you, go back to your bum on the floor and repeat the same movement. So your bum is floating 1 inch off the floor. Your elbows are solid. Your fingertips are connected. The more connected your arms are, the more support you get. So draw your right knee up towards you. Straighten your leg. And then lower it down until it floats just above the floor. So now it's much stronger into the pelvis and the abdominal muscles. Bend your right knee up towards you. Straighten your leg and lower it down until it floats just above the floor. One more time. Bend your knee towards you. Straighten your leg and lowering it down until it floats just above the floor. Bend your knee, bring your foot to the floor. Lower your bum to the floor. Sway your knees from side to side. This has become my new favorite movement. Nice. Back to center. Lift your bum 1 inch off the floor. Push your fingertips down, elbows down. Draw your left knee up towards you. Stretch your left leg long and lower your leg down until it floats just above the floor. Bend your left knee, draw it up towards you. Stretch it out, lowering it down. Bend your knee, draw your knee up towards you. Stretch it out and lowering it down. How wonderful. Nice. Bend your knee, keep your bum floating in the air, and then just roll up and down along your spine. So traveling up and down, feel that lifting of your hips, pushing upwards. That steady, smooth rolling downwards. Rising upwards. And steady, smooth, traveling downwards. One more time. Traveling up. And coming all the way down to the floor. So drop your knees wide and bring the soles of your feet together. So the soles of my feet are together and just rub your feet together. There's something very cute about the feeling of your toes meeting each other. Like let them meet, let them have a little celebration down there. Yay, my toes. And then try and rub your feet a little bit together. So like they're trying to warm each other up a little bit, your feet. You might notice that in your hips, in your lower back, in your inner thighs. Just notice that. Super, let that rest. And then draw your lower back down and flatten into the floor. Push your elbows into the floor so they're solid. And then lift the right foot off the floor and draw the right foot up like you're trying to bring your right big toe up to your nose. It's never going to get there, but we have an imagination. Lower your foot all the way down to the floor. Relax. Nice. Flatten your lower back into the floor. Lift the left foot up. And imagine your left toe is going to come to your nose. And you're like, oh, I can just almost get there. Not really. And then lower your foot to the floor. Relax. Nice. We'll do that one more time each side. Lift the right foot up. Keep your foot everting. That's where the sole of your foot is facing your face. And then reach with your left hand and just touch your foot. Just go, hi, hello, I hear you up there. And notice how your abdominal muscles have to do something to reach your hand also up. Nice. Lower your foot down. Other side. Lift the left foot up. Rise it up. And then just reach with your right hand. Just touch your foot lightly. And just say hi up there. Hello. Toes. And then lower your foot to the floor. Nice. So we're going to do both legs. So if you feel your abdominal muscles aren't strong enough for that, then don't do this. Okay, right? So push both elbows down, flatten your lower back down, and then lift both feet up and draw your knees up towards your shoulders, keeping the soles of your feet together. And then lower your feet down and let your baby toe edge of your feet land on the floor. Lift your hips up off the floor. Find the version of this that suits you. Drop your bum to the floor. The soles of your feet are still touching. Lift your feet up off the floor, drawing it up. Nice. And drop the baby toe edge to the floor. Lift your hips up. Nice. Last time. Drop your bum to the floor. Let your feet rise and then reach down, hold on to your feet and just pull your feet towards you and rock from side to side. Nice. And then stretch both legs up towards the ceiling and just roll deeply out into your ankles and just give thanks for such amazing legs. They've done great work today. Inner thighs, deep of the hips, roll in the other direction. Really appreciating your feet and all that they do. Nice. Just make fists out of your hands, roll out into your wrists. Feeling like you're lifting your shoulders a little bit off the floor. So you've rounded your shoulders forward and you're reaching, your hands are as close to the ceiling as you can, and then roll in the other direction. You'll feel it through the chest, perhaps, the back of the body. Nice. Reach your fingers up and then make fists. Reach your fingers up, open your toes up and make fists out of everything. One more time. Open your toes, open your fists. And lowering down. Nice. Rolling over and come into a seated position. Legs are long in front of you. Nice. And then just roll out through your belly. As you roll, you meet just those bits of us that are a little bit creaky. I often think this pose is a bit like lean into the achiness of me and then roll in the other direction. As you roll, really feeling into the body, noticing the pelvis, how it rocks. Nice. Bend your right knee, squeeze it in towards you, and then bring your right foot so that there's around 9 inches between your left thigh and your right foot. Bring your left hand beside you. And then bend your right elbow and reach your right hand up towards the ceiling, reaching up and look up. And really try and get very determined in that reaching. So your left hand is pushing down, my left buttock is pushing down. My right foot feels like it's trying to help me get taller. And then bend your right elbow and then begin to turn your chest towards that left foot and then reach your right hand out towards your left foot and drop your head down in the direction of your knee. My right bum is off the floor. I've leaned over into that left thigh. Morning geese. Have a bit of a wiggle. For me, I really like rolling my shoulders a little bit, or drawing one shoulder back, one shoulder forward, or rounding, or maybe wiggle your pelvis a little bit. Don't get stuck. It's not about how to get stuck in weird shapes. It's how to mobilize our body, how to connect our body. So just mobilize. So if you find that you can't move in the place that you are, then you've gone too far. That's a really good indication to me. So bring your hand back around 3 or 4 inches and suddenly you'll go, oh, look, I can move there. So always be able to move when you're somewhere. It's much safer for your body in the sensations of you. Nice. Stretch your right leg long, bend the left knee in. Bring your left foot so that it's around 9 inches out. Right hand to the floor, draw your left elbow in and then reach up and look up. And really just feel that sense of, reaching, extending, something kind of ecstatic about it, or just something so beautiful about truly reaching and extending yourself, offering yourself to the very edge of yourself, to the edge of your fingertips. And then bend your elbows, turn towards that leg, and then reach your left hand out down towards the right foot. Drop your head down and just check, can you move where you are, or would it be better if you came back just a little bit and then you're like, oh, look, I have so much more movement and so much more possibilities, and then just have a bit of a wiggle there. For me, always my neck. How do I soften and yield my neck to this? Just feeling into your body. Nice. And coming all the way back up. Nice. Come into your child's pose. So knees wide, perhaps. For me, always knees wide. The last one is very nice. So really wide knees, perhaps. Elbows on the floor, perhaps. With your elbows really close, arms are long. Or you can have your head resting in your hands. You can rest your head down. You can bring your head to the side. There's so many opportunities and possibilities in child's pose. Like, how do you settle here? Just take these few moments just to give thanks for the movement that we've created, for the breath in your belly, for a new dawn, whether that dawn be today or if you're a tomorrow person, then it was yesterday. I love messing in my head with things like that. So just settle, deepen, soften. Nice. So bending your elbows, draw your knees towards each other. Find your way of moving out or connecting in or doing whatever it is you do. And then slowly be awesome in your day. Yeah, be great. And I'll see you all tomorrow.